they found me guilty, and I said I'm going to appeal. That we're waiting for sentencing, and if they send me to prison, I will appeal immediately. I will have a team in Bisho and a team in East London the same day. Once she says so, whatever, yes, then we put in a leave to appeal. Once she rejects it, the Bisho team will petition the High Court and then send us a proof that they've already petitioned the High Court, and we give it to her and say to her, because High Court has been petitioned, we are now appealing for bail. And if she refuses the bail, we'll also immediately petition the High Court, which means a judge will be there, a judge who deals with agent matters will be in Bisho. We'll have to hear why this guy is being denied bail. I've been going to that court for the past 7 years. I've never missed a single court date. Why would you deny me bail? I'm a political leader. I'm a leader of a political party. So I'm here. If bail granted, then I continue business as usual, because appeal, suspend the
EFF President Julius Malema has been sentenced to 5 years in prison. And now South Africans are reacting like, why are you sentencing this guy to 5 whole years in prison? What are his offense? What are the things that he has done that our politicians have never done? And how come they are free and him is being sentenced to prison? There's a lot of reaction happening right now in South Africa, both from folks that are happy that he has been sentenced to prison and folks that supports him, that are saying this is injustice. It's purely injustice, and they are not going to stand with that decision of the judge. So a lot of controversy is happening right now. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time, please subscribe to my channel, like my video, share my video, and leave your comments on the comment section. So today's episode, we are going to be talking about EFF president's sentencing to prison and what South Africans think about this decision that the judges have taken. So please sit back and let's see how this is going to turn out. We are going to watch some clips together, and when we finish watching the clips, we'll come back and talk about what we think on the clips. Please note that this episode is just for educational purposes, and then credit goes to the original owners of this clip. So let's watch and then come back and then talk about it.
Well, I want to talk about Julius Malema's sentencing. Today is the 15th of April 2026. But I want to underline or highlight the fact that I am not a member of the EFF. But do I want Malema to be sent to jail for 15 years? The answer is a resounding no. I don't wish any black man in South Africa to be sent to jail by the European courts that are running and preserving the European agenda in Africa, particularly in South Africa. Remember, the courts of South Africa are guided by the constitution that is based on European traditions, norms, cultures, and values. The courts of South Africa are not based on South African traditions, cultures, ethics, values, and norms. The courts of South Africa are targeting black families, are targeting anyone who has an audacity to stand and conscientize black South African about the dangers and deception of the European system that is being implemented in South Africa. I don't wish any black man or woman or any black child to be sent to jail by the South African courts, because the South African courts are serving European interests. In South Africa, for example, we have people who are killing people every day. Every damn day, we have people who are shooting people, paralyzing other human beings, killing other human beings. Now, are you telling me that it's reasonable enough to send a person who discharged a rifle in the air and killed nobody to be sent to jail? Is it reasonable? So I want to highlight the fact that the pursuit of Julius Malema's case of discharging a firearm at the conference of the EFF because of his excitement is pursued on the basis of counter-revolution. It's a political pursuit to instigate and instill fear in the souls of other black leaders who are waging a worthy war of revolution in this country. I am not a member of the EFF, and I have no intentions to become a member of the EFF. But I am in total and full support of Julius Malema in this case against the system that seeks to paralyze the psyche of black South Africans by making example using one person, which is in this case Julius Malema. I don't agree with everything Julius Malema says and stands for. From time to time, I rebuke what he says because he lies a lot. He misleads the people a lot. But when it comes to an African dignity versus European pursuit to destroy an African, I will always stand with an African dignity because I'm an African and I want all Africans to be treated with respect and dignity. I don't want to be long in this video, but in Africa we had no prisons, we had no courts. The courts were built by white people to capture black people and turn them into slaves. Courts were built by white people and courts are run as business today. So in this case, I stand with Julius Malema, the leader of the EFF, the Economic Freedom Fighters. I would not wish any black man or woman or any black child to be sent to jail by the European courts that are being implemented in South Africa to ensure that black families are crippled and broken and reduced into nothingness by the European system that is being implemented in Africa and in South Africa in particular. So I want to say, Julius Malema, all the best, all the best. And I know you once told the nation that your ancestors are very strong and whoever fights against you fights against your ancestors. I stand with you in this case against the European imperialism, European oppression and exploitation, deception through the system that has been created to destroy black people in South Africa.
In respect of count 1, you are sentenced to a period of 5 years imprisonment. In respect of count 2, you are sentenced to a period of 2 years imprisonment. In respect of count 3, you are sentenced to 20,000 rand or to undergo 6 months imprisonment. In respect of count 4, you are sentenced to 20,000 rand or to undergo 6 months imprisonment. In respect of count 5, you are sentenced to pay a fine of 20,000 rand or to undergo 6 months imprisonment. In terms of section 280, subsection 2 of Act 51 of 1977, the court orders that the sentence imposed in respect of counts 2, 3, 4, and 5 run concurrent with the...
So Julius Malema is back in court for sentencing over the 2018 Mdantsane rally incident, where he was found guilty for firearm-related offenses after a video showed him firing a rifle into the air. Now, Eyewitness News says the hearing runs across Wednesday, which is today, and Thursday, and the state is pushing for a prison term of up to 15 years. And the biggest danger for Julius Malema is not only prison. Now, South Africa's constitution says a person sentenced to more than 12 months without the option of a fine can be disqualified from parliament. So the sentence could hit his MP status and weaken his formal political power. And Eyewitness quoted Julius Malema saying that someone is doing everything in their power to get him to jail, which gives his side a ready-made story that the system is coming for him. Now, here's the hidden angle. A harsh sentence could backfire politically. Instead of breaking Julius Malema, it could turn him into a hero in the eyes of his supporters, an underdog becoming victorious. That story people love, and it will make the EFF louder, angrier, and more united. And that is why I believe that him being sentenced will be the biggest moments in the history of EFF so far. And Julius Malema did say that he is not going quietly. He says that he has legal teams ready in East London and Bishop so he can appeal immediately if he is sent to prison. So the emotional fight is already clear. There's one side that says this is justice and the rule of law, and the other side says it is a political hit job. Now that clash is exactly why this case is pulling crowds, headlines, and strong reactions. But whatever angle that you look at it, this sentencing will either break the EFF or it could make the EFF the biggest political party in South Africa. It's that underdog becoming victorious story. South Africans love.
Maybe this is the end of South African opposition leader Julius Malema, because again, Julius Malema on Thursday is supposed to be handed a sentence because again he was found guilty for firing a gun, of course, a firearm in this EFF, the Economic Freedom Fighters rally that is in 2018. He was found guilty, and of course the state was seeking like 15 years jail term for Malema. So this is something that of course can lead to his termination as an MP, or he might be suspended from holding any public office for the next 5 years, or as well he might be jailed for those 15 years, or again he might be handed both. So who knows? Maybe because again, if Malema has been quite a critique against the white settlement in South Africa, and of course he's been calling for equitable like land distribution and repatriation, especially to the blacks in South Africa. So let's wait and see Thursday what come.
South Africa. Late last year, Julius Malema, leader of the EFF, was found guilty on multiple firearm charges, and his pre-sentencing starts today, the 23rd of January. Now, I've seen a truckload of content on social media of EFF supporters saying that they are standing in solidarity with their leader, etc., etc. However, I thought that our loyalty in South Africa is supposed to be to doing what is right in and for South Africa. I didn't know that our loyalty is supposed to be attached to a particular personality. So a couple of things over here, namely number one, give careful thought to the paths of your feet. Number two, hope placed in people ends up dying with people, and all their promise of power comes to nothing. Therefore, place your hope in God. And then number three, walk with the wise and become wise, but remember that a companion of fools...
South Africans, here you have it. EFF President Julius Malema. He has finally been sentenced. Some people are really not happy about it. You guys, the clips you watched, you see how disappointed some South Africans are, and you see how happy some others are. I don't know. There's really mixed feelings anyways. But so his crime was, for some of you that don't know, in 2018, I think he was seen with firearms, and then I think he fired 14 rounds in the air in a public gathering. And then the lawmakers are saying, man, no, this is wrong. We, the lawmakers, are sitting and saying, no, we don't want to see our youth with ammunition, and yet you as a leader, you are coming out and you are showing them that it's okay for you to have a rifle, it's okay for you to fire it, and nothing is going to happen. That nobody is above the law. And then part of his sentences was he had some fines over the years that he has refused to pay. So they are saying you cannot be above the law. And then South Africans now are coming out to say this sentence is injustice. Some South Africans, mind you, and some of them brought some concerns that how come the judge was a white judge? That even if the judge is saying she's South African, they all know that white people are not South Africans. It is called Africa for a reason. She is not black. All the opposition, in his case, they were all white people. And in one of his videos, one of the clips, they say he insulted the hair of the judge and talked about her and the rest. That that this is unfair, that the judgment is unfair. And another person came out to say, oh, you guys just gave this Julius Malema extra power because this guy is going to come out and be the Madiba of our time. That he might even want to go to jail for this purpose because he knows what he wants. Is it something that he's very truthful? That they hate him, that the government hates him because he's always honest, he's always exposing all their bad deeds. So they do not want to see him, and they don't want him to grow into something else. Like they don't want him to have that power Mandela had. So then they're thinking, oh, okay, let this guy go to prison. They are saying that is the best that can happen, that should happen. And people are not happy. South Africans are not happy. They are saying it's injustice. That if they could just they could send somebody as this to prison, that means any other person can go to prison. So this whole thing is raising eyebrows, and they are saying his lawyers are saying that the judgment wasn't fair. So you South Africans, comment. What do you think? Do you think this case is fair? Do you think something that happened 2018, that's 2019, 2020, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 28 years ago, do you think it is fair and right for them to bring it back and still try him? What do you guys think? Do you guys think Julius Malema has been behaving well after the events in 2018? What are your thoughts? Please let me know what your thoughts. If any information I've given in this video is not correct, please let me know. So guys, thank you for watching today's episode, and see you on my next episode. Bye for now.